Hey you guys, and welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to dissect, or at least give some critical thinking to some feelings and thoughts that survivors tend to have after narcissistic abuse. And as you can see in the title of the video, we're going to talk about that feeling of, you know what, it's not fair, it's not right. They left me to pick up all the pieces. All right. They came, they devastated my life. They added more to my plate. And then, some of you may have already been in a situation of rebuilding in your life, and they came and then you felt like you take a few steps backwards, or maybe you were doing well in your life and then this person was a distraction and you feel like, you know what, they set me back a few steps. Now I have to pick up the pieces and be the responsible person. I feel like I'm picking up the pieces of my parts, and I'm picking up the pieces from their parts. And, it's that feeling of resentment that can typically start to brew when this happens. And then once we're like in that energy of resentment, then the energy of bitterness can come. And then, with the resentment and the bitterness, they're renting up more space in your mind, because all you can think about is the accountability that they didn't take, the responsibility that they didn't take, the injustice, the unfairness of that, right? And then, we get stuck on that aspect of things, and then that can become like a major roadblock in our recovery, because it'll expand over the whole situation, really, because we see that it's always more than what meets the eye. And it's like, wow, like I'm still having to pick up the pieces, and then you may discover there's pieces you didn't know that you had to pick up eventually. And then you're picking up those pieces, and it never seems to end. And at first it feels so devastating. So let's address these feelings. This is real. I'm not gonna, if you've had these feelings, welcome, you're human, you're a human being. And you're right. It isn't exactly fair. It's not fair. They contributed to the turmoil. They contributed to aspects of, these pieces that you're picking up, and there they are, on to the next person, and not helping you. Probably still throwing dirt in your face, smearing your name, probably adding offenses on top of the pieces that you're already picking up. And then that's like, whoa, But I want to give you another perspective, guys, to help you make a shift in your mentality about this, because I talk about this a lot in the channel. And I made a video, the number one roadblock in a survivor's that intercepts a survivor, to get to that thriving point, or the survivor in a healing process. They get stuck. And what is it? Watch that video to find out. But I'm going to touch on it here in this video. It's your perception and mentality. So, all right, you have all those feelings. Now, let's step out of our emotions and step into our logic with this now. Now we know what our emotions are feeling. What can our logic and our emotional maturity tell us at this point? Well, number one, we're going to consider the source, guys. And when we consider the source, do we still want their participation? Do we still want their energy involved? Do we still want them playing additional parts and roles at that point when we consider the source? All right, because the narcissist has demonstrated a lot. Hopefully, you were able to, pick up what they're demonstrating here, basically. And what is it? They couldn't handle that. They can't handle the cleanup. They can't handle the cleanup because they're still dirty, if you will. It's hard for them to be a part of the solution when they're the problem still. When this person isn't willing to acknowledge any faults, when this person is determined to stay in their toxicity, right? What can they add positive to picking up these pieces? Or will they take the pieces that you give for them to pick up and break them into smaller pieces, if you will, make the problem that much worse? Any responsibility that you've given this narcissist, have they not dropping the ball? Have they not made it worse? It gets to the point where it's like, wait a minute. Oh no, I don't want you touching anything in my life anymore because look at what you have done every time. I don't want you helping me pick up near one of these pieces. All you do is make things worse. And for that reason, like, I don't want you a part of it. I'm good. I'd much rather pick them up myself. I have a lot better odds and opportunity to actually put in the pieces back together and with a healthy foundation, a healthy core, a stronger structure, than inviting that same energy back. And some of you are like, you know what, Lakia, well, whether they're, look, they need to do something, whether they mean it or not, okay, well, you get so bent on that, you cause more issues for yourself, actually. And that's your ego. I want you to know that's your ego. And, it may not be for you to try to make sure that they make amends on every level and everything that has occurred between you guys. That just might not be what the universe is calling you to do. But what the universe is calling you to do is examine your part in having a person like that in your life and whatever you accepted in that relationship and what you shouldn't be accepting moving forward. And I've made videos about cutting your losses, and I will tag that to the end of this video. But yeah, sometimes we have to know when to cut our losses or else we make the losses greater. And it's because of our ego. Well, you know what? I'm going to make them take some of this responsibility. And it ends up making it worse because we have another person on the end of the spectrum that is just as stubborn about not doing the right things, not being accountable, not playing right, not being fair, not being honest, not taking responsibility. Okay? But trust me on this, people like that, one way or another, you don't have to be the one to chase them for that. They will F themselves. They will F themselves. And trust me, they already have on so many levels, whether their ignorance allows them to see it or not. Okay? They will do themselves in one way or another. Whatever they're doing to other people, trust me, they have harmed themselves on astronomical levels. Like I said, whether their ignorance has allowed them to acknowledge it and realize it, their emotional maturity is so low and weak that they can't see it. Their ego and their grandiosity, whatever, is so big. Okay? Don't worry about that. But you're smarter than that. You're more intelligent than that. You can see the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is you need to be the one picking up your pieces right here. You don't need that toxic person back in the picture trying to make amends and helping you because they're not going to do it right and they're not going to do it sincerely. And the pieces, like I said, are going to just become broken that much more. Then you had 5 pieces to pick up. Now you got 20 pieces to pick up. And that's what happens when we're taking these hoovers and we're going back. Every time we leave the relationship with more emotional baggage, more offenses, more types of abuses, like the rabbit hole just continues to get deeper and deeper. So we have to learn how to cut our losses. We learn how to take control of the situation, right? Like, you know what? If you want something done right, what do they say? Do it yourself. That is so true more than not. I am telling you, it is very true more than not. So you're going to take control of your healing. You're going to take control of this fresh start. And it makes it fresh when you completely eliminate that energy. All right, guys. So let's have the right perspectives here and not the self-defeating ones. I always say that we need to mind the stories that we're telling ourselves and that's keeping us stuck in the healing process. Okay. It's better. It's actually best for you to pick up those pieces. Especially when you're doing the work, especially when you've progressed in the healing process, especially when you're not that person that they met. Okay, it's time for you to take control and authority. Don't give that to them. Okay, and this isn't a video that's saying that a narcissist should never be put on child support or anything like that. So don't take this and run with it in the left field here. I'm not saying anything like that, guys. All right. Not talking about on those levels. And some survivors have chosen not to. And, everyone has to make that decision for themselves. But there are certainly instances where you should definitely make them accountable minimally on that level. Okay? More than not. But, there's exceptions to everything. All right? But I want you to see that in most instances, you need to just be doing the self-work. You need to be picking up those pieces because it's about you and not them. All right? And we have to consider the source. And what we still want them to be involved after we've considered the source. All right, guys. So if this video resonates with you, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Lots of videos here to help you on your journey. Take what you can. Right? They don't teach emotional maturity in schools. I know I had to learn. I had to learn through my own, just living life out here. And that didn't work. Oops, that hurt. I ain't never doing that again. I had to learn the hard way. But bumping into a channel like this can help you, not have to always learn the hard way. For whatever you've had to experience, hopefully you can find some peace. You can smooth it out and get the positive closure so that you can drop and not be the bag lady or the bag man, carrying stuff around and your past is coming to your present in a negative way. Okay. And then if you haven't, then you can avoid it. So this is great if you take heed to wise counsel, right? All right, guys. So thank you for tuning in. If you want some one-on-one private help with me, I do offer that through coaching, voice calls, Skype, WhatsApp. I do the FaceTimes. I do email coaching because writing is actually very therapeutic, right? And speaking of writing, I have written 4 therapeutic books that would help the typical subscriber to this channel. Those books are available on Amazon.com and Barnes & Nobles. You can get the ebook or you can get the hard copy. And they're also actually on my website, LakiaCrawford.com, if you want to get signed copies. All right. Reading really is fundamental, guys. And it's a great way to fill the voids, on top of watching the videos as well. All right. I have a support group, guys, over on Facebook. Yes, it's free. People actually ask me that. Yes, it's on Facebook. It's free. Yes. Just inbox me and let me know that you're a survivor because I get a lot of random requests. And especially if you're hiding from your abuser or that toxic person and you've made like a profile that may look fake to the eye, I need to know that there's a real person behind there. And I do understand that happens sometimes, but just let me know who you are. Okay. With that being said, I have no narc merchandise on my website, guys. Cute little caps and hats and cups and bumper stickers and mouse pads and things that, you can make your statement against narcissistic abuse and have fun with your fashion, right? Everything else, you can find out down in my description about the monthly memberships that I have on Patreon, where you can pay a monthly fee to support the work that I do, guys, and you get some great perks back for that. All right. So check the different membership tiers and, see what works out for you. All right. And with that being said, guys, thank you for always being so supportive of this channel. Great ways to support the channel is to always like and comment, share the video and the content. Basically, it pushes it out into YouTube world, and that helps spread awareness. More people should know about a channel like this. There's a lot of empty content out there in the world, but my channel is actually feeding people's, minds and souls and spirits and, help pick you up. And we need more of that in the world, don't we? We definitely do. All right. So thank you for everyone that, shares the channel, likes and comments, and that's active on here. Make sure you guys are hitting the bell so that you're notified when I upload videos. I know a lot of people say they don't even get notified anymore. I don't know what's going on with YouTube with that, but I know that there are like 3 different kinds of bell options. So you may have to revisit your bell option for me and select the first one. It lets you know all the uploads. And I do typically upload on a regular basis here All right, I'm always keeping content coming. If you have video suggestions, you can ask down in the comment section. I keep a running list of those, and I eventually get around to them. All right. With that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. But what do I say, of course, at the end of all videos? Never give up on yourself. Continue to do the work, guys. And until next time, please take care.